What is up, beautiful people? So in this guide, I'm going to show you how you can take any case study, whether you have a written one, a slide deck, or one that's in your head, and turn it into a narrated case study by an AI avatar. I'm going to show you the tips that I use to make this custom to the client that you're pitching. And we're going to do all of this in Synthesia. So here's an example of one that I generated earlier. Oh, and there's a grammar mistake at the beginning, and that was my fault, not Synthesia. I did a bad edit, and I don't want to burn their credits on regenerating that for this.
Had steady website traffic. Harbor Lane Dental had steady website traffic, but too many potential patients leave before booking a consultation. The practice needed a cleaner website, a simpler new patient path, and a follow-up process that did not depend on manual calls from the front desk. North Star Growth Studio rebuilt the homepage around one clear offer: book a free smile consultation, and rewrote service pages around patient questions instead of clinical terminology. The team added a short new patient quiz, automated follow-up emails for people who did not finish booking.
I think this is my favorite part right here. This is really good animation.
And booking completion rate. After 60 days, new patient consultation requests increased by 42%. Booking completion rate improved from 31% to 54%. Cost per booked consultation dropped by 28%, and front desk follow-up time decreased by about 5 hours per week. The biggest change was clarity. Patients knew what to do next, and our team stopped chasing every lead manually. To see what this could look like for your business, book a case study review with North Star Growth Studio.
Okay, so that's an example. That was just a video that I generated in like 5 minutes. I really like the avatar and the animations in there. There's one or two animations I would maybe cut or redo, but I'll show you guys how to make edits in a second. First, here's the secret to this. I'm starting with 2 documents. So I've got a markdown file that is the case study in a memo format, and I've got another memo. I love memos on the background of the client that I'm pitching. Now, you don't have to make this custom to a client. Like if you want the case study just for your website, you can skip this part, but I think it's worth the time, even if you're just like dictating to AI, to write a couple notes on either the specific client or your target client and put that into a memo. If you have like personas for your clients, you can use those. And the other cool thing about Synthesia is you can upload PowerPoint files. So if you have a case study as a deck, you can just start there and turn it into a video with animations and avatars. Now there's a ton of different templates that you can use in here. So like you could go to sales and find one that you like. And here's the import PowerPoint button. But what I like to do is click this start with assistant and go prompt to video. You can also start with a script. So maybe you've already written a script somewhere else. You can pull that in. I'm going to start with prompt to video. Oh, and pro tip, I have trouble uploading in Safari sometimes. So make sure you're using this in Chrome. That's kind of true of a lot of video editing tools that I use online. So we're going to do start with assistant, prompt to video, and I'm going to attach that case study and that client background. I just have them as text files, and you can change the time here. I think 2 minutes is good. So here's a pro tip. I'm on the starter plan, which is like $15 a month, and I used about 145 credits to generate that 1 minute video. So keep that in mind. Always go lower if you're unsure kind of the script and what you're going to generate. Just test with lower before you go generating a 10-minute video. Okay, and I'm going to say generate a case study video based on the attached case study. Call out the parts that might be important to the audience, which is oak and iron. What are they called? Oh yes, oak and iron builders. I made those up. So make sure you get the topic, the audience, and the objectives in here. And I'll say the objective is to convince them to book a discovery call with our company. And you'll see that light up down there when you do it. And these are kind of the color palettes for the animations in the video. So we can go with this one. Okay, so once you've clicked create, it's going to generate you this outline and a script. So make sure you go through and that the script makes sense and edit it. Don't worry, you won't have to regenerate the whole video if you don't like it at the end. You can regenerate just any scene that you select, which I think is nice. Now, before we click generate, I'm going to change some stuff. First, we can change the avatar here. You can make custom avatars. There's me. Or you can pick one. Oh yeah, let's go with this guy. Oops, so don't do that. Don't overlay him. Select the avatar here. And then you can click change all to swap her out for Dawn. You can change what's in the background, like an image or video, and you can use Google's VO. So like, let's try something here. Let's do a modern marketing office, like with cubicles and stuff. So we're going to click generate there. And while we wait on that, I'm going to check on the rest of the scenes. This really is worth doing because you don't want to burn all those tokens without checking on these. If you see something blank like this, usually that means it's going to create an animation. So don't mess with these your first time through. I'm going to also pick custom song. Let's go for 8-bit here. That's awesome. Yeah, let's do that. And we're going to click change all to make that in all of the ones that have music. Let's make this last one fun. Let's do, any dinosaurs? Yeah, let's put this guy on a green screen with some dinosaurs. I think that totally makes sense for a case study video. Oh, and so, okay, we've got this generated here. I'm going to click use as background. Okay, so let's click generate before we get too crazy here. I don't want burned in captions. They're usually auto-generated, so should be good. Okay, and just in case we mess something up, I'm going to also just generate one based on the default outline and script that they gave us. And now we wait. It really depends on, I think, bandwidth, because sometimes it'll be like 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it could be 15 or 20, but it's pretty fast.
Harbor Lane calls from the front desk.
Okay, while we're waiting, also, you should know that if you go to avatars, you can make your own avatar. So you could clone yourself, or you could prompt to create one. And I think that's worth taking the time to do so that your company doesn't have just stock avatars that anyone can use in your videos. But again, that's after you experiment and get a good process going, get some good results. And then if you get a good video that works, you can just swap out your avatar with that new one. Okay, so we see I messed something up here already. Our first video, I think I interrupted the AI before, and that was my fault. So like, don't dance around tabs in Windows like I did after you click anything, because I think I accidentally interrupted it and it didn't update this headline. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got in our first draft.
Oak and Iron Builders is already generating interest on Instagram, but too many inquiries still come from homeowners who are only browsing, not ready for a serious remodel consultation. That means your team spends valuable time sorting through project budget, project timeline, and fit before a useful kitchen, bathroom, or whole home conversation can even begin. Beacon Ridge Renovations was in a very similar position. They had strong inquiry volume, but their generic contact form and scattered project photos were not helping prospects self-qualify. Their sales team kept answering the same budget and timeline questions over and over, which added friction before.
This is cool. It's B-roll that fits the client. Okay, so we'll probably need to edit out that extra time right here.
North Star Growth Studio first created separate inquiry paths for kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, and whole home renovations. So each prospect entered a flow that matched the project they actually wanted. Then they added a short qualification form covering project type, estimated budget, target timeline. So homeowners arrived with better context and the team got a cleaner handoff into the consultation.
Okay, I can't watch anymore of this. The music is so bad. Okay, don't listen to me. Don't pick annoying music as a joke. So we got some stuff to work on. And so I'm going to go into edit and I'm going to ask their AI agent, can you fix the headline on the first page to be descriptive of the actual video? Great. So you can edit this like without actually doing it yourself, which is awesome. Can you make sure that scene 4 ends after the voiceover stops? There's like awkward time at the end. Oh, and I didn't do the dinosaurs right here at the end. Yeah, I think this is fine. Oh, and then pro tip, you can drag in your logo if you want. And another cool thing, if you have like before and after photos, say like of a website design you did, you can give those to their chat assistant here and it would put them in the presentation for you. Oh, hang on, one more thing. Please pick better music for the whole video. Let's see if we can remove this. Yep. Okay, so we can use that generated background video that we made with Google. Perfect. Did you guys see that? If you click, you can remove the background here and just use whatever's behind them. And you can change like the outfit and stuff too. Okay, thank goodness it updated the background music. So let's click generate. Okay, so let's generate. I removed a bunch of those chapters, so we're only generating the ones that we changed. Oh, and here's the one where I didn't mess with anything.
If you're Oak and Iron Builders, you probably don't need more inquiries nearly as much as you need better ones. Too many leads still start as casual browsers, not homeowners ready for a real remodel conversation. That means your team spends valuable time qualifying budget, timeline, and fit before a kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel, or whole home renovation consultation can even happen. That's why the Beacon Ridge Renovations case matters here. They're a home remodeling company focused on kitchen and bathroom projects, around clear project paths for kitchen remodels, bathroom remodel could actually look like. For a firm like Oak and Iron Builders, that's important because better project galleries help prospects self-qualify and make the website far more useful for different customer needs. Once a prospect was qualified, Beacon Ridge followed up with an auto.
Okay, so I noticed that actually this version where I use their recommended avatar up front is a lot better. So I would say do that next time. And I wouldn't mess with the outline until it's generated once. I think the only time I've had to do massive revisions is with this one I just showed you guys, where I changed a bunch of stuff up front. So to recap, I would say use the suggested avatar, let it do its thing when it's generating the script and the scenes, generate it, then review it. Then if you want to make changes, you you can swap out that avatar, make changes to the text, change the audio, and then just do one editing pass. If you want to go further, you can generate different dimensions. So for example, I might edit this one that we made and click up here, video size. Okay, cool. So I just laid it out for vertical here, and we can generate again if we want those vertical videos. All right, this is the final version of the video we started with.
Oak and Iron Builders is already generating interest on Instagram, but too many inquiries still come from homeowners who are only browsing, not ready for a serious remodel consultation. That means your team spends valuable time sorting through project budget, project timeline, and fit before a useful kitchen, bathroom, or whole home conversation can even begin. Their sales team kept answering the same budget and timeline questions over and over. That added friction before the consultation process could move forward cleanly.
Okay, so didn't fix that gap right there, which means I think you need to manually edit that in the script if you want to cut time. The agent wasn't able to. And then we know what we want, the dinosaur scene.
Qualified consultation bookings, less time screening casual browsers, and a cleaner path from inquiry to remodel consultation, the Beacon Ridge playbook is highly transferable. Schedule a lead quality audit tailored to your sales process.
Okay, sweet. So if we want to export these, we just go to share and we can create a link to it. We can even embed it in our website. Or if we click on the 3 dots in the main video, we can download the MP3. Sorry, MP4. Okay, so that's it for today's guide on Synthesia. Let me know what you thought in the community. As always, I'm Billy from the Rundown University. Stay frosty and peace.